TikTok has stopped working in the United States.
TikTok going dark as a U.S. ban goes into effect.
TikTok suddenly went dark tonight in the U.S.
TikTok has gone dark here in the United States.
So even though TikTok just got back after being banned for less than a day, I want to give you a quick emergency update on the whole situation because so many things are changing every single day right now. So what will be covered in this video? Number one is I'm going to show you the most relevant videos going around the internet from Trump and all the administration. Number two is I'm going to talk about all the big rumors like Facebook buying TikTok and all these crazy things. And number three is I'm going to cover every single possible scenario which could actually happen. So I created a flowchart showing every single thing which could happen and how you can prepare for every scenario the best. And lastly, I'm going to tell you why I'm actually hoping that TikTok is going to be banned and why I think it's going to be the best thing which can happen to organic dropshipping. So first of all, if you don't know me and you're asking yourself why I'm qualified to talk about all these things, well, I currently make over $1 million per month with my dropshipping stores, and I also run the biggest organic dropshipping mentorship in the entire world. So I have a really good overview over what's going on. I see all the insights and how much money is being made for organic dropshippers on TikTok versus Instagram and all these things. So let's start with the most important video.
As of today, TikTok is back. Frankly, we have no choice. We have to save it. A lot of jobs. We don't want to give our business to China. We don't want to give our business to other people. So I said very simply, a joint venture. I'll approve, but let the United States of America own 50% of TikTok. I'm approving on behalf of the United States.
All right, so the current status is this. If nobody buys TikTok in the next 90 days, TikTok will be banned. If somebody from the US buys at least 50% of TikTok, we will actually keep TikTok and everything is going to be fine on paper. I personally think that it's very likely that somebody's actually going to end up buying 50% of TikTok. You have to understand that TikTok added over $24 billion to the US economy in only 2023. And on top of that, there's over 7 million businesses making money on TikTok, and 22% of all of that is US small businesses. So this is actually something which can generally hurt the US economy. Now, besides that, CapCut was also banned, and less than 24 hours later, Facebook actually adds a new app which is called Edits, which is the same exact thing like CapCut. It's basically a short form editor. And this triggered a lot of crazy rumors about TikTok being bought by Meta. Because let me show you this video right here.
Something very weird is happening right now, and people are thinking that TikTok sold to Meta, and there's a lot of connections here. When I first heard this, I brushed it off, but now the parallels are looking weird. So far, I've seen multiple people report that they saw Instagram ads on TikTok. Someone tried to log into an old TikTok, and now it's giving you an option to link the profiles, and it's also offering to link to Facebook friends. Facebook just made this brand new account on TikTok, and the Biden administration came out and said that TikTok shutting down tonight at 8:30 or 12 or whatever time it is a stunt. They have everything that they need to not shut down, to know that they don't have to, since this is being transferred to the next administration. And someone said, what if they're shutting down to switch over to Meta servers? And that's what's happening at 8:30. And they're not actually shutting down because of the Supreme Court's decision and because of the Biden administration. I don't want to start, but I don't believe in that many coincidences. I really hope that that's not true.
The things she talked about is just a few things, because on top of that, Instagram also rolled out Instagram affiliates, which is basically the same thing as TikTok Shop. On top of that, Instagram changed a lot of policies over the last 2 weeks. They expanded the video length of Reels. They just did a lot of new changes at the same exact time as this whole TikTok thing is going on. Now, to be honest, for selfish reasons, I would actually be pretty happy if Meta would be bought by TikTok, because I just know how much better Facebook ads are than TikTok ads. I've seen it personally, and I already know how that Facebook ads power is going to be instantly transferred to TikTok ads, and then everything's just going to expand. Now, keep in mind, this whole thing is just a rumor. We literally don't know what's going to happen. However, there's one Alex Hormozi clip which I want to show you, which is really important.
The Supreme Court just upheld the decision to ban TikTok. And what that means is that the creators on TikTok who are only on TikTok are very worried. And so whether or not the ban ends up going through is kind of not the point. The point is that if you have single channel dependence in terms of how you get customers, you're one ban or one shadow ban or one ad account shutdown away from not having a business. And so if you make content, one of the easiest things you can do is just take the same format and put it in the other places. Now, it might not perform as well, but that tiny bit of lift all of a sudden distributes you between 3, 4, 5 other platforms, and you can give yourself basically a safety net from these types of things happening. And I've been in business long enough to know that like I've had single channel shut down on multiple businesses over my career, and it only has to happen once for you to never make that mistake again. And so if you're watching this and you haven't made that shift, do it now. And even if you're not on TikTok and your single channel dependency is Instagram or it's just YouTube or just whatever, like consider making content or repurposing content, even at the very least, to make sure that you're in more than one place.
And I couldn't agree with that more. And this is why we are consistently preaching to post on every other platform as well. You shouldn't only post on TikTok just because the name of TikTok Organic is TikTok Organic. In reality, it's short form organic dropshipping. It's nothing else. All right, now let me show you the beautiful statistics I just made. Number one is the monthly users on Instagram and YouTube are over 2 billion per month. And on TikTok, it's around 1.7 billion. So around 25% of all the short form users are actually on TikTok. Now, this looks very, very different than this. Money made, okay? How much money are people making from organic dropshipping on Instagram, YouTube versus TikTok? And as you can see here, Instagram is more than half of all the money combined, then YouTube, and then a small chunk of everything is just TikTok. I personally know this because around 50% of all organic dropshippers in the entire world are in my program, and we have this like bird's eye overview over everyone. We know exactly what's going on, and we just know how much money everyone's making. Now, the reason for TikTok converting so poorly in comparison to all the other platforms is this right here. Okay, this here is only a quarter of all the real TikTok sales, because 3/4 is TikTok Shop, and TikTok Shop is being promoted so much by TikTok that organic dropshipping is significantly worse on TikTok just because TikTok Shop was rolled out. Okay, and that's why Instagram and YouTube convert so much better. Now, if all of these TikTok users would not be able to go on TikTok, they would obviously not stop scrolling around. They would go on Instagram and YouTube Shorts. Okay, don't even think that these users are just going to be gone. If somebody is addicted to scrolling on TikTok, they're not going to stop scrolling because there's a TikTok ban. They're going to scroll somewhere else. This means that all of these people are going to come to Instagram and YouTube, and all of a sudden, these platforms are going to convert even better. There's going to be so much more users. Everything is going to be going viral so much easier. So that's why the TikTok ban would actually be a pretty good thing. Now, one thing I want to also show you is around half of all the money is being made in the US. So this TikTok chart, you can cut by half to see the US users. The other ones are not going to be affected at all. So now let's talk about all the possible scenarios. So either TikTok just fully gets banned, or TikTok gets bought by a US company. If TikTok will be banned, all the traffic will go to Instagram and YouTube. If you already have a big YouTube account or a big Instagram organic account, you're going to crush on these platforms. Everything is going to just skyrocket, okay? It's also going to convert significantly better because the views are just worth more on Instagram and YouTube versus TikTok. Now, the second thing which is going to happen is TikTok Shop 2.0 is going to be rolled out. However, not on TikTok, but on Instagram. And that will be a massive, completely new opportunity. To make money on TikTok Shop in the beginning was the easiest thing in the world. In the beginning. Now it just became a little more difficult. However, if a new TikTok Shop is going to be rolled out on Instagram, I promise you in the beginning, it's also going to be this crazy new opportunity, which is going to be ridiculously easy. Now, the other thing which is going to happen is Meta ads are going to be significantly stronger as well. If all the users come to Instagram and Facebook, there's going to be more users, everything's going to be better, obviously, right? Now, you could argue that TikTok ads are going to be dead, but they suck anyways. Like, TikTok ads are horrible. Doing TikTok ads dropshipping is probably the worst business model in the entire world, and we've seen everything. So that's not a big loss at all. And then on top of all of these benefits, we're going to have this crazy Wild West scenario where there's going to be a new platform which is going to pop up, and it's going to be ridiculous. New platforms are the best way to make money in the world. If you would jump on TikTok like 5 years ago, just imagine what would have happened to your bank account. It would be crazy, right? However, you didn't take that opportunity because you didn't know about it. Now you know about organic dropshipping existing. You know the whole thing. You could be the first person to be an organic creator on a new platform. There's rumors about Vine being relaunched. There's rumors about the whole Red Note thing. Who knows which one it's going to be, but something is going to for sure pop up. These are all really good things. This is not bad at all. Like, you guys are afraid of the TikTok ban. I'm looking forward to that, okay? Now, what happens if TikTok doesn't get banned, okay? Well, two scenarios. Either that company is Zuck and everything is going to be insane. I'm telling you right now, if Meta and TikTok are going to merge, it's going to be crazy because the data transformation is going to be ridiculous. Just think about it. How Facebook ads work right now is they purely work off all the data they stole, right? Like, you're scrolling on Instagram and Facebook and wherever, they're spying on you and they see what you like and then they show you the best ads. Now the data pool they're going to have is being doubled. And this just means that the ads are going to perform significantly better. Or some other company is going to buy TikTok and either we're just back, like the classic TikTok, nothing is going to be changed and that's it. Or nobody knows. Or literally some crazy trash company is going to buy it, then everything goes to shit. Who knows what's going to happen if somebody else is in charge? This is just like a black hole of information. We just don't know what's going to happen if some other company is going to buy it. Either it's going to go super good or super bad or nothing's going to happen. Who knows? And one more massive benefit which you're going to have as an organic dropshipper, and this is probably my favorite one, this whole story about TikTok being banned will scare off so many new dropshippers of starting organic. The name of it is TikTok Organic. In their heads, a new person doesn't understand all these nuanced things, which I just explained to you, how most of the money is being made on Instagram and YouTube anyways. It's most likely going to be better if TikTok is going to be banned. Nobody understands this. If you're a new person, you see TikTok Organic, TikTok is being banned, TikTok Organic is dead. Done. This sounds too risky. I don't want to be involved in a sinking ship. Just let's not do this. So there's going to be a ridiculously strong cut in new competitors popping up. That's an amazing thing for you if you're in the boat already. This is probably the best thing which ever could have happened to you. Now I'm telling you right now, just because of these big changes, you have to be in it as soon as possible. Every single time there was a massive change, if you were in the right boat, you started printing like crazy. We've seen it with the whole pandemic virus. I remember a guy who had no clue about dropshipping whatsoever. He was just a guy. He started selling home gym equipment on Facebook ads during the pandemic. The gyms were closed, people still wanted to work out. He made $1.5 million with like 700K profit instead of like 3 months without any idea what he's doing. He literally just put up a picture of weights, like a white background picture. Weights, you want them? Everybody said yes, and everybody bought them. Like, just that simple. I'm telling you right now, these crazy, chaotic scenarios create opportunity. Now, the only difficult part about it is it's difficult to see the right opportunity at the right time. In retrospect, everybody's smart. In retrospect, you can ask yourself, why didn't I sell gym equipment during the pandemic? Well, because in the moment, it was not obvious. You didn't know what to do. You had no idea how to run Facebook ads. You just didn't know. There was no clear path. And this is exactly what I'm going to provide to you over the next few months, because I have this overview over hundreds of organic dropshippers. I see exactly what's going on in the entire market. I know for a fact organic dropshipping for a beginner is by far the best opportunity. And if you want to get started with that, I've actually created a full guide running through everything you know about organic dropshipping. And if you actually want me to send that to you, just DM me the words full guide on Instagram and I'm going to send it your way.